Hi everyone, Ravi this side. Welcome to Engineering Adda. So in this video, I am going to create a Spring Boot Publisher app. In the earlier video, I have discussed about the introduction to the Kafka and Kafka key component, and I have also discussed about how the Kafka is working, how we can start the zookeeper, how we can start the Kafka server, and how we can create a topic, how we can publish something on the topic, how we can consume something from the topic. So everything I have discussed. So if you are new to the Kafka, you can watch those video and then from there after you can continue. So here in this video, I am going to create a Spring Boot application, which is a publisher app, and that app I will create a API from there. What I will do, I will I will try to hit some APIs and then that API will send some message on the topic and that messages will be consumed by a publisher sorry subscribe consumer. So that is what I'm going to cover in this video. So let me go to the IntelliJ and let's get started with the development. So let me go to the IntelliJ file new and then create a Spring Boot project here. So let's say the name of the project is Kafka Publisher Application. Okay, go next. I need some dependency here. So Spring Web, Lombok, and then I need the Kafka starter dependency. So Spring for Apache Kafka is the starter dependency that we need. Let me create the application. Let me open in a new tab. It will take few seconds to configure itself. So let me tell you what I'm going to develop here. So I'm just simply going to develop a REST API that will be sending some string messages. Okay, we are not going to deal with the raw data. So if you are going to deal with the raw data, then you need to do the Kafka configuration separately. If you're not, if you're using the strings, then directly you can use the Kafka template. So I'm directly going to use the Kafka template. I will create a API and from there I will send some strings. Okay, so that thing I'm going to do. If you want me to cover how we can use the Kafka with the let's say raw data, then I can create a separate video in details how we can use the Kafka with Spring Boot and more uh, more detailed video I will create how we can use the Kafka on different aspects of the applications. So if you need that, just please let me know in the comment section. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do the configuration. So let me see if this is configured itself or not. Yeah, it is configured. So what I'm going to do, let me try to create a controller here. So let me create a package called controller. Let me try to create a controller. So let's say it's a controller, publisher, controller. Okay, okay. So let me annotate this at the rest controller and let me put the APIs here. So let's say it's a request mapping. Okay, let me put the API mapping as a API. Okay. Now coming here, uh, I need the Apache Kafka. So for that, I'm going to auto-wire it private Kafka template. And here we need to pass as an argument, like the topic that we are passing is a string and the data is in the form of object. So let me do that. Now let me create a mapping. So I'm directly going to use the get mapping. Okay, and let me try to create the topic here. So let's say private string topic. Okay, and let's say the topic name is engineering adda. In the earlier video I have created this topic, so I'm going to use that. Okay, now let me create the mapping here. So let's say it's a get message. Okay, and then we are passing the name here. Okay, so get something like that. I'm going to create the method. It should be public. Return side type should be string, and here we are passing in the path variable name. So it should be string name. Okay, now coming to this, let me copy the Kafka and then let me send the message here. So in the message we need to provide these two argument. One is the topic and the second is the data. So let's say I'm going to print this data. So let's say hi, and then let's say it's a name, and then welcome to engineering adda. Okay, so let me put the semicolon here, and I'm simply returning the message like data published. Data is published by publisher. Okay, so this data should be sent to the topic, and from consumer we can see the consumer is how the consumer is consuming this data. And whenever we are hitting this API, we are seeing this message that data is published by the publisher. So with the name this topic, like with this engineering adda as a topic name, I already created the topic in my Kafka. So let me open the zookeeper and the Kafka server, and after that what I will do, I will try to show you how it is behaving. So let me do that. So I already have the command for that. I in the previous video I showed you how you can make the zookeeper up, how you can make the Kafka server up, okay, how you can create the topic, okay, how you can list out the topic, what already existing, how you can produce something and how you can consume something. So I'm not going to cover all this here. So now let me open the zookeeper. So let me go to the folder where I have installed the Kafka. So it is inside YouTube. Okay, let me go there. Let me go inside this. Go to the bean, Windows. In previous video, I already showed you how you can do this. Let me open a command prompt, and for the zookeeper, I already have the command here. So let's say it's zookeeper and this whole path. Let me paste it out and then let me hit the run. So you can see this zookeeper is up. Now let me open a second command prompt to make the Kafka server up. Okay, let me come to the command. Kafka server is start, and this is the command. Let me come copy this and then come here. Let me paste it here. Okay, so it is also up. Now coming to the third command. First of all, let me show you what all the topics that we have created. So for that, we need to make the Kafka topic bat, and then we need to list out this. So we need to run this up command. So let me go to the window and then open a CMD here. Let me paste the command and then run it. So it will show you what all the topics that already existing. Okay. Okay, it is giving some error. Let me terminate this. So I think I have not cleared the log for the Kafka server, so that is why it is coming. Let me close the Kafka server here. So I made this control C. So you can terminate this and then let me close it. So let me clear the Kafka logs. So coming to the Windows C, you can go to the temp folder and here you can see the Kafka log. So let me copy everything and let me put the log unselected and then let me try to delete. Okay, once it is done, let me try to reopen the Kafka server. So let it complete. Okay, now go to the command prompt. Let me close the command and prompt and then open a new one. So where it is, we are inside the Kafka. Okay, go to the YouTube, Kafka, Kafka, bin and Windows. So Zookeeper is up. We need to up the Kafka server. So for that, let me copy the command, fresh command where it is. So it is here. Let me come here and then let me paste it out. So let it up and then what I need to show you all the created topics. So for that we have the command and for that we need to open the CMD here. Let me come to the notepad and then copy this command. So this is the command for that. Okay, I already open a CMD. Let me paste it out and then hit it. So you can see we have this four topics. I already created this engineering adda and the same topic I am going to use when I'm sending the data from the Spring Boot application. Okay, and let me up the consumer also so that I will show you whatever message that we are sending is consumed by the consumer. So for consumer we have this command. This is the command. Okay, so let me come here. Let me come here and then let me paste it out. So nothing is there now as of now. Now let me try to send something from the application. So let me make this application up. So run this application. Okay, and this is our API and then get message and then we are providing the name here. Okay, let me minimize this. So it is up on port number 8080. Let me come to the browser. Let me come here. Let me type the HTTP localhost 8080 and then it is API and then get message and then we need to provide the name. Let's say it's Ravi or something like that. Yeah, and then hit it. So you can see we are getting this message data is published by the publisher. Now come to the consumer and you can see we are able to see this. Hi Ravi, welcome to Engineering Adda. This is the message that we are sending from here. So let me come here. You can see we are sending the message on the topic is hi, the name that we passed, and then welcome to Engineering Adda. So let me try to send some different names here. So let's say it's Rahul and let me hit it. Come to the topic, sorry, come to the consumer and you can see hi Rahul, welcome to Engineering Adda. So it is working fine. So our publisher is working fine. Okay. So if you need the example how we can deal with the raw data, then please comment it out so that I can create a different video. So we need to do some basic configuration for that and then we can also use that. So thanks for this video. In the next video, I will be going to create a consumer and then I will show you how you can consume the data which is sent by one application and which can be consumed by the other Spring Boot application which is working like a consumer. So thanks for the video guys, and please support me, please subscribe the channel, and please hit the like button.